WrestleMania week has come and gone. WrestleMania 35. What a marathon of a show. Good show, not a bad show. Just a very, very long show. We saw a lot of crowd-pleasing finishes. Seth Rollins defeating Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. And Kofi Kingston, the feel-good moment of WrestleMania this year, defeating Daniel Bryan to become the WWE Champion for the first time in his career. And the night ended with Becky Lynch defeating Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey in a triple threat match in the main event. Let's talk about the ending of that main event. Obviously, it was a botched finish. Ronda had her shoulder up even before the referee can count one, and then ended up losing the match by pinfall. So whose fault it is, who knows? Maybe they're going to use this as some kind of controversy to build to a rematch between the two coming down the pike somewhere. Some other things happening on the card. Kurt Angle losing his last match to Baron Corbin. Shocking to me. I don't think Kurt Angle deserved to lose to Baron Corbin in his final match. But I guess he did what's good for business. He did the job for the younger talent that needed a rub. Baron Corbin, they've been trying to make him the big heel of Monday Night Raw, and it doesn't seem to be working very well. I just think his character, his persona, his attire just does not scream heel to me. So maybe they'll do a little bit of repackaging after the Superstar shakeup next week on Raw and SmackDown. We'll talk about the shakeup in just a little bit. Other things happening this week. The Undertaker returned to Monday Night Raw. John Cena returned to WrestleMania. Not sure if there's going to be more appearances coming out of that. The Revival lost the tag team titles to Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Can't imagine that Ryder and Hawkins are going to hold those belts for very long. They never seem to hold championships for very long when they have them. Also, Carmella won the Women's Battle Royal. And Braun Strowman won the Men's Battle Royal, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. No surprises there, really. And then Finn Balor won the Intercontinental Championship back from Lashley. Samoa Joe retained the U.S. title against Rey Mysterio in a 1-minute match. Rey Mysterio was obviously injured and couldn't compete, so they had to find a way out of it, but also keep him on the card. So that was a good move. And the Usos retained the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles. I'm hoping the Revival end up on SmackDown. I think they'll be utilized a little better. One can hope. The Revival against the Usos would be awesome. The Revival against the Hardys would be awesome. It would also get them off Raw, where they're kind of spinning their wheels, and the creative doesn't really seem to have much for them. So time will tell in the WWE what's going to happen. Tonight, we're going to talk, however, to the first ever New York Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, High Voltage Omar. He was born in Puerto Rico, trained in Puerto Rico, came to the Northeast, and you can see him all over. He debuted for Immortal Championship Wrestling also in March of this year, and he won the New York Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Championship in it was a little bit of a tournament turned gauntlet. There were 4 matches, 4 qualifiers. They all made it to the end, where it was a fatal 4-way. And that included High Voltage Omar, Fox Vinier, Mike Skyros, and Brute Van Slyke. So High Voltage Omar defeating those guys to become the first ever New York Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. And this Saturday, April 13th, New York Championship Wrestling makes its debut in the famous Clinton Arena, where wrestling hasn't been there in over 30 years. So it'll be good to see them try to fill that arena. It'll be good, a good new environment for New York Championship Wrestling. Be good to see how that show turns out. We know High Voltage Omar is going to defend his heavyweight championship against Fox Vinier. And we know that Killer Instinct, Mike Skyros, and Kevin Cartwright are going to take on Brute Van Slyke and Father Derek in a grudge match. From their feud has been ongoing for a couple months. Skyro stealing the belt from Brute Van Slyke, the CNY Super Heavyweight Championship belt, a couple times. So now it's going to come to a head at Wrestletown, is which the card is being called, this Saturday, the 13th, in the Clinton Arena. So right now we're going to bring in our guest at this time. I'm going to welcome High Voltage Omar to the show. Thank you for joining us, High Voltage Omar. Congratulations on being the first New York Championship Wrestling champion.
Thank you. And remember, it's the best in New York.
The best in New York.
Exactly.
How did it feel to win, to be the first champion for NYCW?
It felt good. I did exactly what I said I was going to since day one. I didn't care if I was put in front of a friend or someone new or in a match with multiple men. I was going to scratch and claw my way up there, and I did.
So you've been pretty consistent in NYCW. The fans have either hated you or loved you. Which do you prefer? Do you want to be a heel or a face?
I honestly don't care, I go out there and I'm wrestling for me. The reason they boo and they cheer for me is because I bring to the table something they all want to see. Whether they like the way I win or not, I'm pulling off my win. It doesn't matter. The ref didn't see it. It doesn't count.
And you've been facing Fox Vineyard lately. You'll be defending your title against him in April. What's your history with Fox Vineyard?
Oh, history. Let me see. Once I hit his Fox suit, and Connecticut got into a match that way. We teamed up. We were the Fox and Shocks connection. We tried that for a little bit, but creative differences gets in the way. Fox likes to do everything for the fans. He likes to be pretty and glitter, sparkly. I don't care for that. They can cheer for me. That's fine if they want. That's fine. Maybe I'll high five one or two of them, but their opinion of me doesn't matter. And for Fox to think he even deserves another shot, it's ridiculous. But that's fine. I don't mind. Everyone in the locker room is coming for me, and I'm comfortable with it.
Besides Fox, who else do you want to defend that title against?
It doesn't matter. They can all line up month by month. I'll take them all down until someone eventually beats me. It doesn't matter. They all don't impress me. I don't care. Brute talks a big game. He knows. I know he wants it. Everyone else wants it. Line them up.
And one person you've managed to avoid one-on-one so far is Tyler Vincent. Do you think he deserves a shot?
Hell yeah. Me and Tyler put on classics. I got nothing against him anymore, He's a bit cocky, but so am I. But, put us in the ring. If he shows up and he, proves that he deserves a shot, why not?
And last night you made your debut for Immortal Championship Wrestling in St. Johnsville. You faced Jason Sinclair. How did that match go?
Oh, pretty good. Jason Sinclair seemed to be a little bit all over the place and paying a little bit too much attention to my manager, Mr. Man, and wasn't focused on me. And at the end of the match, as anyone who was there and witnessed, I got the win.
Was that your first time having Mr. Man as your manager?
Yes, it was. It's been in the talks. People always tell me I don't need to be on the microphone. They don't want to hear me talk because I'm bilingual, so maybe something I said don't sound right, so they don't approve of it. So I said, fine, you don't want me on the mic? I'll go kick butt in the ring and I'll get someone else to handle the microphone for me.
And speaking of bilingual, you were born in Puerto Rico, correct?
Yes.
When did you come over to the States?
I was, 3, 4. Moved back to Puerto Rico. I was 15.
Did you train for wrestling there? Or?
Yes, that's where I was introduced to more wrestling. In Puerto Rico, wrestling and baseball are the two hottest things, you could find any day of the week in Puerto Rico. I went to a few local shows. It just captured me being there, how everyone was all rowdy. It was better than watching it on TV. When I was little in the States, obviously, the closest thing I had been to WWE was the WWE restaurant in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
And I had never got to see, any names while I was there. So this was it. I saw the Invader 3. I spoke to him for a few minutes. He gave me a card, told me, when you're 18, you want to show up and train, go ahead. And that's exactly what I did. I got a summer job, saved my money, and I paid it off, and I started training.
Who did you train under?
I trained under the Invader 3, and after a while, I had a little bit of training from Hurricane Castillo, who was more named as, I believe, Angel, and WWF when they had the Boricuas there.
Mm-hmm.
I also trained under Ricky Banderas for a little bit, and also Ricky Cruz. And in the United States, I've had a few people. I had a little bit of mentoring from Slick Wagner Brown here and there. Another great mind of wrestling in the United States.
What was it about wrestling that grabbed your attention? What made you want to be a wrestler?
Oh man, it was the good old ass kicking. It was just watching The Rock and Austin go back and forth. Then you had the mix, Jericho, and of course you got Triple H. But the way these men would just go at it night after night, just brawling, going at it, the way they would be in each other's faces. The way my uncle was actually introducing me into it, and we would all sit on the couch, and these guys would be up and yelling at the screen, and I'd be like, "Oh crap, this is real."
Who did you develop your style based on? Did you base it on anybody's particular style, or?
I liked the arrogance of Jericho and The Miz, but The Miz came out, that was later on. I always loved Taz. Smaller guy in your face will still pick you up and slam you around and suplex you maybe 25 different ways in each match. Loved it. Absolutely loved the brutality of it.
So I've got to ask you, the fans in NYCW like to get under your skin, and there's a chant that Omar can't read. Where did that come from?
I have no clue. It still baffles me. It just leaves me without words.
At the last NYCW show in March, your tag team partner who travels with you around the Northeast, Ty Shine, made his debut for NYCW. And you guys used a little bit of twin magic to win the NYCW Championship. Have you guys used this strategy before?
No, we've talked about it. If you look at it, we're the Yin Yang brothers right here. Ty's the nice guy. He's going to smile for you. He'll hug and high five everybody. Even though sometimes he doesn't like to be touched, and he won't let you know. But, I've always spoken to him about it, whether it's to help us a little bit, advance in our careers or whatnot. We have it. Might as well, use it to our advantage.
And there was a moment in the Battle Royal where fans were chanting your name, and it was actually Ty in the ring. Do you guys get confused a lot?
Oh, yeah. Even sometimes we're just hanging out. Sometimes we even get confused of who we are.
Right.
Yeah, you notice at the end, he almost thought he was the winner and grabbed the belt from me and almost wanted it, to celebrate. And I was like, wait, no, I'm Omar. Sometimes we get confused.
How did you guys meet? How did you guys become a tag team?
Oh, man. It's just brothers separated at birth, man. It's like, you ever seen any documentaries where it's like they find 4 kids that live, randomly across the United States that end up being brothers? They all look alike.
Right, yeah.
This is that story. We both, ended up finding ourselves, they got tagged on Facebook. And I was like, that's not me. But I'm looking at his face. I was like, but that's my face. And vice versa.